Hey guys, this series is a long time coming. So I've asked my community to essentially post their clears in anomaly arbitration, which is where I will then proceed to guess the cost for the teams used in this anomaly arbitration. Little did I expect that I have more than a billion submissions for players who want me to guess the cost. I will just do as long as I see before I explode and jump in right in to the very first guy for guess the cost. Low spender, full manual, above average build. Feel free to guess the cost along with your streamer at the same time as well. And if you get right, I will give you a kiss. Moving on. Holy shit. The fact that you can 2-cycle this tells me this Siren has to be E2. No other choice. This should be E1. This should be E2. This should be E1. So let's take a look. E2 S1. I mean, this guy's free. I'm guessing you use like maybe a Hyacinth Lycone, right? Oh, you probably did not use Hyacinth Lycone, so RMZ is just gonna be free. Okay, so that's just basically free. This should be E1 S1. E2 S1. This is 0? Wow. That is shocking. That is shocking. E0 S1 Cyrene is actually pretty shocking. Okay. Okay. Then I'm guessing the casterist has to be E2 S1. E1 S1? Wow. Wow, that is actually a really good casterist clear for the casterist haters. E0 S1, E0 S1 with an E1 Hyacinth 3-star dispatch. This has to be E1 S1. Either Sparkle is E2 or Bubbin is E2. I'm not sure which though. So, if this is not E2, this has to be E2. I'm getting this E2. I'm getting this E2. E2, E2 S0, DDD. And then this should be E1 S1. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. E0 S1. E0 S1. Okay, close enough. This should be E0 S0, right? I'm guessing E0 S0. And there it is. Then Knight 3. I mean, we already guessed it in front. So E2 S1 free. E1 S0. I don't really care about your Bailu because that's just based on 50-50 losses. So done. E1 S0. Thank you, Bailu. I think out of all of the, I play my pool I bought by Anime Idol and Bob Shoot 2. I skip relation to upgrade members, and there it is. I think I will give myself a grand total of 8 out of 10 in terms of the numbers that I got correct. So a very good first attempt by Mr. Streamer. Guess my cost as a relatable light spender. I think the only one that I'm absolutely positive on is E2 S1 Firefly. This could be full E0 S1 Remembrance, but it could also be full E1 S0. Maybe one E2 Cyrene. But since this only appears a single time, it's a little bit hard to say. I'm guessing this is E1, E0, free E1, E0. So, E1 S1 Hyacinth. Okay, close enough. E0 S0. Close enough. E1 S0.
Okay, I actually got it right. E0. Okay, maybe at this point, E1S0. Okay, close enough. Then this is E2S1 Firefly. Thank you. This should be E1S1. And there is HMC, just DD, right? I mean, it is one. And this should be... I'm feeling E1S0, and it just give bro like... either E1S0 or E0S1. Close enough. I mean, I literally got it right the first time. Then the night tree is gonna be the most difficult, because there are too many permutations of how this could cook, while this still being a cycle 1. I am gonna guess E0S1, 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 E0S1. Full 8 costs. E0S1. And there it is. And there it is. Oh, okay. Okay. Relatable. Then E0S1. Oh, you gave 1 cost from Cyrene S1 to Hyacinth. Honestly, good choice. This is a good choice. Cyrene can just run this S0 from Herda store. Then you give the E1 to Hyacinth. So other than that, I will give this a 7 out of 10 for my guess the cost for Mr. Mellow. Moving on into the third guy. Oh, this is Mr. DOT. Over the 3 years, I've only spent around $150 as usual. Guess the cost. Also, to help you, I never spend money on battle pass and have all 3 golden spirits. E2. E2S0, potentially E2S1, but I'll start off with E2S0. I see. I see. Then this is pretty much E2S1. I would have took out 2 of the cards here and just gave at least 1 more to Evernight. It would have made this that much easier, but okay. Okay. Hysolence as a DOT. Okay, I'll be extremely shocked if the DOT main doesn't have his DOT team at full E2S1. So it's gonna be full E2S1. Where E1S0. And there it is. Okay, relatable. Okay, relatively relatable. Free where. Acheron. E2, E0. E1. E2S1. Full E0. S0. E1S1. Okay, the gap for the E2 is not super fucking big, I would say. So this should be E1S1. If this is not E1S1, then I think the E2 would have been quite crazy. Oh, wow. I guess my question is, are you ready to bench Babin? Next version. I will give this a 6 out of 10. Moving on to the next guy. Mr. NTE No Ads player, guess your cost as a light spender. Morph and Battle Pass. I see. E0S1, E0S1, E0S1. Boom. This, I feel like almost every single Firefly mains I know, they are probably E2. But the fact that you have a sustainless Firefly and still couldn't 0 cycle, this might actually just be an E0 Firefly. Then this one is, Scylla is a bit strange because it's basically how much you lose a 50-50. This should probably be E2. So that is going to be my guess. E0S1. Okay. E2S1. Actually, nah, I think this is still E0S1. Because you're already way overkill. So this should be E0S1. Okay, my problem with this test, right, is that it doesn't award you for, like, underestimations. Because you could do this with E0S1. You get what I'm saying? So how the fuck am I going to know the difference between Bro's E2S1 and E0S1 when they are both going to 0 cycle? So at this point, if I were to guess this E0S1 or E2S1, it's both like perfectly good guesses. So I'm just going to hope they save money E0 S1. Okay, you know what? That's pretty good. When is free. Also, you literally free. And no. Daria, I'm gonna guess E0 S1. E0 S1. E1 S0. That's not a sustain, right? Yeah, that's not a sustain. Okay, E0 S1. Okay. E0 S1. Okay, then E1 S0. Okay, I think that is really, really nice. Okay, Silla, I'm not gonna guess because you can lose it to standard banners, so like there's no point guessing. Random guess, E2 S1. Okay, Spargo, E2 S0. Wow. E0 S1. Done. Free. Thank you. King, we already just guessed, so I would say this was like, I will give myself a rating of 7.5 because you can't overestimate by too much since it's already at a 0 cycle, right? Thank you. Hello, Mr. Rashi. I have another guess the cost for you. This team 0 cycling flame weaver is pretty doable though. Against the final Castellana. I'm just gonna guess E2 S1. After I got scored by this guy, I'm just gonna guess this is an E2 S1 Silver Wolf. Bro, look at the duality of men. Do you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Look at the fucking duality of men, bro. Like, how the fuck am I gonna fucking guess this, bro? One man with an E0 S0 and one man with an E2 S1. So, alright, that Sparksy is probably E2 S1 to get the stacks. This is always E1 S0. Thank you. I have actually not failed on Tribi a single time. I am guessing this Yao Guan is probably E1 S0. E1 S0. Close enough. Right. Okay, Firefly, it has to be. For sustainers 1 cycle, this has to be E0 S0. Okay. Daria is probably E0 S0 then. Because your Firefly has that little bit more. Okay, close enough. Full E0. E1 Evernight. Nah, actually no. E0 S1 Casperus. E0 S1 Evernight. E0 S1 Hyacinth. Fuck. E0 S0. Okay, you know what? Like I mentioned, if it's already a 0 cycle, it's super hard to guess. But E2 S1 after this is very, very good. I think you overkill this by like a lot. I will give this a disqualified out of 10 because you didn't say how much you spent in this godforsaken game, right? So disqualified. Light spender. E2 S1. Bro, I can... Okay, if this is not E2 S1 final, I'm cooked. E2 S1. Okay, like, if you were to get E4 to trick me, are you really winning? Like, what the fuck is the difference, bro? So, I don't give a fuck. I count this as a win, right? I count... If I underguess, I will count that as a win. Sunday has to be E0 S1. E1 S1. E1 S1. Close enough. RMC for your this is gonna be 0 cost. 4 cycle dispatch is pretty interesting. I'ma keep it about this feels like a full E0 team because it's gonna be a 4 cycle dispatch. E0 S1. Wow. E0 S1. Okay, and E0 S1. I see. Asheville for a 2 cycle dispatch with a sustain. This could very well just be full E0 as except for the E1 tribute. E0 S1. E1 S0. E0 S0. What the fuck? Why? This is disqualified for Sparkle because you could have literally done the exact same thing for DDD. So you are disqualified. E0 S0. Alright, close enough. So TLDR, okay, I don't really care about the actual cost, but just more so for their individual items, right? So this is 9 costs. Down to 7 costs. 6 costs. 13 costs. 0 cycle clear. Plant metal is better than 9-star knights. If you're curious why I have E2 Spark, S2 Spark, I got 2 over 6 in 110 pool. The bigger question is why the fuck did you even pull for Sparkle's signature? Humble free to play. Oh, this is relatable as fuck. Oh, this is really, really relatable. Extremely relatable. Alright, I'm gonna guess, as a free-to-play, you can never get Eidolons. So if I see a free-to-play getting a single Eidolon, you're disqualified because you're actually not free-to-play, right? Because free-to-play can't get Eidolon. Black Swan is gonna be E0, S0. Hycillence is E0, S1. Oh shit, are you actually free-to-play? E0, S0. E0, S0. E0, S0. E0, S0. E1, S0. Right, I think you should get a E1, S0. E0, S0. Close enough. E0, S0. E1, S0. No. E0, S0. Free. Okay, I will give that. You know what? You got me, right? I will give this a 4 out of 10. You got me. That was a pretty interesting cost distribution. I frankly expected way lower costs for free-to-play. Or maybe I'm just slightly disillusioned because I think 4 cycle dispatch is honestly, you know. Let's move on into the next difficulty, medium high. My teams are really good stopping point for vertical investment, and my vertical investment choices are really good choices. Okay. Holy CN player. Full E0. Full 0 cycle. So I'm guessing you're an elitist. So this has to be E2 S1. Okay, like I mentioned, she will overshoot, right? E0 S1. E1 S1. E2 S1. Oh, okay, this has to be E2 S1. Maybe even E2 S0. Either E2 S0 or E2 S1. Then this statement is just inherently false. Knight 2, if this is not E2 S1 final, I will just remove this completely, right? So this has to be E2 S1. Thank you. Saritra is most likely E1 S0. E0 S1. Barman is a strange choice for final. I would have probably went for a Sparkle actually. E1 S1. Okay, it's like close enough. Because like the E2 for final, it literally changes like almost nothing. So close enough. Firefly as a good investor, E2 S1. E1 S1. You should have gotten the E1. E2 S0. Okay. E1 S1. I see. This is free. E0 S0. E1 S1. Okay, no, this is E2 S1. Wow! Okay, you know what? This is a very, very low cost silver clear though. This is only what? A 4 cost clear, right? Yeah, that's a 4-cost clear with 2 free units. Really, really good actually. Without a Spark C getting an E0 as on 0. That is very, very well done. I'll give this an overall 8 out of 10. Audio cut you the one up. I bet 1 sub for 2 correct, 3 sub for all correct. Just ignore the Knights. It's silly that RMC is better than EMC. E2S1. It has to be. You have a sustain. This has to be E2S1. Unless you trick me and you go for like E3, E4, E5, E6. But this bare minimum, E2S1. Wow! Okay, then this has to be at least E2S1, bro. Holy shit. This is an E6 higher scene. Wow. That is actually very, very impressive. E2S1 highest. I mean, you do get 30% speed, which is like really, really high speed. RMC with highest in on this 0 cycle is crazy though. Yeah, the 30% speed definitely helped a lot, but that is a crazy, crazy, crazy good clear. After you guess, I'm left with 2 AV. RMC with S1 highest in. Did you know that Silver could extend above like RMC true damage for the whole battle? Wow. That is very... I'll give this a 9 out of 10. I think this is the most impressive guess the cost so far. Thank you. Dipper player. Sometimes I dip into units. Looks a lot more relatable. Looks a lot more relatable. I'm gonna guess full E0 because it's a 4-cycle dispatch. E0 S1. E0 S0. E0 S0. E0 S1. Close enough. I got 3 correct. E0 S1. 3. E0 S1. Actually, no. E0 S0. 3. Alright, and there it is. I can't guess a Sela clear, but I guess it from a 3-cycle, probably E0 S1. Okay. E0 S0. People who put S1 Sparkle is genuinely like... It's such a waste, bro. E0 S1. 3. I see. Alright. This is like a 7 out of 10. An alright guess. And this might shock you. Could have done it better by Rush 6 and 9 stars and 3-star King. This might shock me. If you are able to do this 2-cycle with 0 idlants, I'll be truly shocked. Because our Bob full E0 is not beating 5 cycles, bro. I'll be extremely fucking shocked. You know what? I'm gonna do Night first. I'm gonna do Night first. Or rather, I'm just gonna do the full remembers, right? I'm guessing this has to be at least E1 S1. It's either this E1 S1 or this E2 S1. So... E1 S1. E2 S1. Alright, 5. Fine, you cheat 1 cost. Casters, I think, since I'll be short, you probably did it with E0 S1. Wow. Hyacinth E1 S1. So 3 E2s for a 2-cycle clear. God damn. We went, bro, do you know back in my days, we 3-star all anomaly with E0 S1s. This is, we just, not triple, but like, doubled our cost by getting more than double our cost by needing an E2, E2, E2 just to get a 2-cycle clear, bro. That is like kinda crazy. Maybe Bob do need an E2 Cyrene. Actually, you know what, bro? I'm gonna be for real. If Cyrene reruns, I think Bob will get E2 Cyrene. Now, no cap on the stack. I will full invest Remembrance Flagship and I'll give Bob E2 Cyrene. Fuck being relatable, because it is not about the relatability, it is about making the optimal choice as a free-to-play player. And as a free-to-play player, if I ever see Cyrene rerunning, I'm slamming all in for that shit, right? Aggron, I'm a guess. This has to be a full E0 team, like come on bro. E0 S1. Alright. Well, this is like kind of hard. I don't know, E4? Probably. Okay. E0 S1. Okay, E0 S1. Alright, I almost got all that. I almost got. Luocha is like, what the fuck do you even guess, bro? E0 S1. Okay. Spargo. Free. E1 S0. Okay, I think I got almost all of those correct, except for the E2s. So I'll give that an 8 out of 10 because this post single-handedly motivated me to get myself E2 Cyrene for my free-to-play account. Thank you, Mr. Sale. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you. Good day, MrPokke. I bet you will not believe what I have served you with today. Okay, wait, chat. I am gonna cut off this video at the 33-minute mark for Expedition 33. If you guys like the Guess the Cause series, we will do another one if we have at least 500 likes on this video, right? So I'm cutting this off at 33 minutes. 9-1. Okay, wait, hold up. Son, that is pretty cooked. Okay, let's just do night 1 first, right? Night 1 first. 4 cycle dispatch. E0 S1. Come on. There we go. E0 S0. There we go. Free. Okay, if you censor this, then I'm guessing bro is using Lingsha's light code, right? That has to be. Hey, 100% accuracy for Super Break, by the way. Okay, this has a long ass a saying. Surely you can't get beyond E2 S1, right? I'm guessing it's E2 S1. But I don't know why there's like such a long ass gap. But I'm gonna guess E2 S1. Oh my god. For a context, right? For a context. Based on our Arc Lotus document. Bro, you are clearing slower than Rapper, Boothill, Lingsha, Wife, Acheron, and E2 Dale, bro. That is E2 Dale, my man. That is it. Oh my goodness. Bro, the fucking Saber situation is actually genuinely quite crazy. I hope that bro eventually get a... I mean, if it's free to you, you know, I have no comments. I'm guessing if this E6 S1 and you still got 6 cycles, the rest of the supports has to be like E0. Right? This just has to be E0 S1. Come on. Okay, Bubbin is probably... I don't know. Okay, maybe E1 S1 Bubbin. Actually, E1 is a bit too much. No, E1 S1, E1 S1, E1 S1, E1 S1. Hey, free. Right, this has to be free. Bro, I actually nailed his exact cost of his supports. Down to the last DHPD. It's just that I was genuinely shocked. This is E6 S1 Saber. But that was very, very interesting. Casteris. Probably full E0. I think you can do this with full E0. E0 S1. E0 S1. E0 S0. E0 S1. Alright, close enough. Fun facts after guessing. Clear King on my very last... Oh, it's not even like barely 6 cycle. It's like barely fail, bro. You almost cleared the same speed as Jing Yuan, bro. That is a E0 Jing Yuan, by the way. E0 Jing Yuan. You were almost the same fucking clear speed as that. That has gotta be some crazy ass fucking shit, bruh. Genuinely regret not having E1 tip because I believe it will be a different result. I genuinely believe you are so fucking right, and I genuinely believe if this was Sparkle, it would be better as well, right? Hope you go and see. Okay, actually with E6 Saber, Sunday might be good because you get more charge. So Bobbin getting out to E1 tribute should be like a lot better, right? So very, I'll give this a 9 out of 10 guess the cost. Absolutely exceptional. Alright, we have one last guess the cost to hit our 33-minute runtime for Expedition 33. Mr. QQ Man. I'm just informed this has to be AA. You will embarrass yourself. Mr. Expert, guessing meta flagship comps is too easy. How about some random teams? I'll give you all MOC pure virtual results in 4.2. Okay, you know what? This is a very good one for our final submission in Guess the Cost episode 1. 建议属性 Silver Wolf 云里福玄 QQ 29960 Okay. Sun. This team 3-cycled Mock. What the fuck? Okay, if this team 3-cycled Mock, you either have bare minimum E2 S1 Silver Wolf or a really high Idol Yingli. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Silver option. E2 S1. Actually, nah, E2 S1 is a bit too strong. For like, wait, actually, no, E2 S1 makes sense because like, you can't even make use of the E2. But where are you gonna get your hidden MR, bro? I think E2 S1 is a reasonable support here. All right, E2 S1. Yo, Shuvi, are you just here to slender Silver Wolf? Are you out here trying to slender E6 S5 Silver Wolf saying that, bro, even E6 S5 Silver Wolf can't even clear pure fiction Apoc Shadows and only get barely 3 cycle with Memory of Chaos? That has to be, bro. There's no fucking way, right? That is actually insane fucking Silver Wolf slender. Then usually I'm guessing this is a E1 S1, right? E1 S1. Okay, that's a strange island. Fusion, I can't really guess. If I have to guess, it's like, how do I know you pro the global passive for Fusion? I don't know. E1 S1. What the fuck? Okay, this is E6 S5, right? You probably gave wrong idea because your QQ, right? Your S5. Okay, it's Jade S1. So very interesting, and we are gonna be ending off exactly at 33 minutes and 23 seconds with a Silver Wolf E6 S5 Slender for our first ever Guess the Cost in Honkai Star Rail. If this video reached more than 500 likes, I will see you guys in episode 2 because I'm gonna keep it about, bro. I have so many, bro. I have so many. So if you guys want to participate in Guess the Cost, if you're interested, exclamation Discord, I'll see you guys there. Word of the day is going to be, holy shit, that's a bit too many. Word of the day is gonna be, stop slendering Silver Wolf. Stop slendering Silver Wolf. Join Twitch, join YouTube, join Discord, join Twitter. Use code POKE for 10% off all gamer subs. All the best for our gacha fools, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.